Team Grace Elite. Woo, that's a name and I love it. So I'm going to give you a minute to get on in here and then we're going to talk about some important things. What's up, everybody? How are we? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to wait for your fabulous leader Dee Dee to hop on in here. Of course, once she's here, then we can get this party started. What's up, girl? How are you? How are you? I'm going to wait for you to give me a go-ahead. Every team is a little different. Some leaders like to wait for some people to come on in. They like a few minutes just to, you know, invite and do all of that good stuff. So you let me know. We will roll this thing out. Hi, Donna. What's up, girl? How are ya? Let you send the text. No problem. I will just wait on you, honey. You just tell me when, okay? Because I've got information today and you need your people here. They need to be here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay? So let me know when to go, girlfriend. And while we're waiting, grab a notebook, okay? Grab a notebook, grab a pen. I'm going to give you some really useful tips, maybe some ways of thinking about some things a little bit differently. So just, you know, we leave these trainings sometimes and we're like, oh, we're going to try this, this, and this. But if you don't write them down, if you're like me, then this, this, and this goes like this and then goes like this. So especially if I blow your mind with some information, which that's the hope, right? So grab your teams, get them here, get them to the live. I think that it's super impactful to see things live versus a replay. Nothing wrong with a replay, but I think it's, hey Heidi, hi, another Heidi, hi sweetheart. Much more impactful to see things while it's live, then you have that opportunity to ask questions. So grab a notebook, grab a pen. We're going to talk about inventory. We're going to talk about ordering. Okay. So as soon as I hear from Dee Dee, we're going to get this thing going. Just jotting down a couple things so that I don't forget some key points as they pop into my head, right? All right. So as soon as Dee Dee gets that text sent out, we get some more folks up in here. Say hello once you pop in. Let me know that you're here. Okay, let me know that you are in the house and you are ready. All right, thanks Dee Dee. She's like, just go for it, girl. Gaining viewers, you're shading. What does that mean, shading? Hola Carmen, ¿cómo está? All right. Shading. What does that mean? Hi, Carolyn. All right. Hey, if you don't know me, I'm going to start off, introduce myself, give you my paparazzi, for lack of a better term, resume. I want to first thank your fabulous leader, Dee Dee, and I appreciate her reaching out to me, asking me to come in. I'm going to talk to you a lot today about inventory. Okay, inventory, the importance of it, some strategies around it. Hey, everybody, when you come in, say hi. If you don't know me, I'm Heidi Bound. Like you, a paparazzi consultant. I've been with the company since July of 2017. So we are quickly coming upon my 2-year anniversary. It's okay, Donna. I was like, like, is my lighting bad? Quickly coming upon my 2-year anniversary. I get asked to train in groups a lot, and my response is always yes. I feel, in addition, of course, to making money, right, which is one of the big reasons we're all here, I love being able to inspire other teams. So with that, if there's something that pops into your head, just so that you know the format of how I do things, if there's a question that you have, something that pops up, please feel free to ask it as soon as it pops into your mind. If it's something that I'm going to touch on already, then I'll just, you know, sort of make a note in my mind and make sure that I talk about it. If it's something more specific that perhaps I wasn't planning on, you know, completely touching on, then I'll jot it down or answer it in the moment. But I want you, I don't want you to be afraid to ask questions and also, you know, give me feedback. And here's why. Prior to Paparazzi, I was a teacher, a special education teacher in the inner city of New York City, which is where I live, for 23 years. Actually, the last year of my career, I also worked my paparazzi business full-time in hopes of retiring, which I was able to do almost a year ago, June of last year. So I am very much used to in a teaching, training type of setting. I'm used to interruptions. I'm actually more comfortable with it because then I know that you're thinking about things and giving me that feedback. So please don't hesitate in this forum to do the same thing. I'm a pretty open book. As Dee Dee can attest, I'm sure that I have no problem holding back information. I believe if one of us is successful, then the entire company is successful. So with that, like I said, I've been doing paparazzi. I've been a consultant for almost 2 years. I hopped on board with the goal of perhaps making a little bit of extra money. That quickly exploded into a business where I was selling at least 1,000 pieces a week within my first couple of months. In the less than 1 year that I was with the company, so I joined July 2017, so my timeline, June of 2018, less than a year, I was able to retire. I have a Z necklace named after me, so the Heidi Z necklace, she's mine, it's named after me, if you are not familiar. I hit Elite and Crown Club 25. I went to convention in Vegas. I had no idea what convention was about. I had no idea even the magnitude of the accomplishments that I had made. All I knew is that I wanted to retire from teaching. I wanted to retire from teaching. That's a whole long story, but the bottom line is that I was teaching in a system here in New York City where I no longer believed in the system. I didn't believe in testing kids who needed to learn how to read but were working on standardized testing. I was working in neighborhoods with gunfire outside. I was teaching in Harlem, in the South Bronx. Yeah, I mean, I've got thick skin and it takes a lot to rattle me. But what would rattle me is when I had students sitting in front of me that needed to learn how to read, but instead I was trying to hand them a standardized test that they had no chance of passing. It didn't make sense anymore. So my major goal was retiring from teaching. Now, as a teacher, you can only retire unless you're not there for the right reasons, in my mind. In my mind, if I was there for the kids, then I needed to stick it out till the end of June for my students, or I waited another year until I finished with another group of kids at the end of June. So all of those accomplishments happened while I was working full-time as a special ed teacher in New York City, in city stuff you see on TV. I've lived it, okay? So there are no excuses if you want to be successful in your business. And if you have excuses, I'm not your girl. So I come at you from a very raw perspective in the sense that I keep it real. If you have goals in this business, you can accomplish them while having kids, full-time job, whatever the thing might be, right? So that paparazzi resume, to sort of sum it up, is in less than a year, those were the things that I accomplished. I earned a Z necklace, and I didn't even know what that competition was really about. I really didn't. It was some of my upline that said, you know, you're in first, you're in second. Like, what are you doing? Are you working this thing? And I'm like, I'm working my business because I want to retire. Does that make sense? That was my goal, retiring. And I couldn't lose sight of that. It was too big. So I went to convention as Elite. I went, got my necklace, and I went as Diamond, Life of the Party. I hit Diamond, Life of the Party months before I hit Elite. I don't even remember. Hey Nancy, like what month that was. A lot of people know their like paparazzi timeline. I don't. But what I know is that I went to Vegas as a Z model, Elite, Crown Club 25, and Diamond. And whoa, was I excited, even though I had no idea what any of it was about. And then the night of the Black and White Gala happened. And I was one of the first 7 to be called up as, and I always get like, whoo, funny about this. One of these 7 to be awarded with the prestigious honor of Black Diamond. So I am one of the original Black Diamond Life of the Party recipients. Now, I hit again in January of this year. So, and I just keep working because who knows if they're going to layer on top of Black Diamond, right? So with that, right? So Elite is all about building our teams, right? It's about being a great team leader. I'm now Fashionista. I sat at Elite for 8 months. I sat at executive producer before I ranked up again. My life was a total whirlwind once I left teaching. My Black Diamond necklace came out. The Heidi came out. My team was growing. Like thinking about ranking again. Hey, Maria. Is it Maria? Hi, yeah. I'm using a new iPad and I didn't update the settings for the text and it's like microscopic. So I had so many, it was like, oh my gosh. Oh, so all these things were happening, you know, the necklaces and my team and just a lot of exciting things were going on. And I didn't really think much about ranking up again until February. And my team, we pushed, my team, when we hit Fashionista, was less than 300 people. Hey, Nancy. My team currently sits at just a touch over 300. So we hit Fashionista as a team of less than 300 people, which is not common. Hey, Valerie. So my paparazzi story, is paved very differently because, hey, Long Island, I'm in Manhattan, girl. Because of what my goal was. My goal was retiring. Your goal may be putting, you know, money in your bank account. Your goal may be, you know, that you want to be elite so that next year you could be at Summit. My goal was to retire. So I did whatever I had to do to retire. Now, Black Diamond, hola, Puerto Rico, ¿cómo está? My goal with retiring, I was live at least 2 times a week for 3 to 4 hours while I was teaching. Please keep that in mind. All of these things up until June of last year, I was doing them while I was teaching. Hi, Tara. Twice a week, 3 to 4 hours. And then I would do pop-ups. I was live almost every single day. Yes, when I was tired. Yes, when that kid gave me a hard time. Yes, when a parent would come in and like be all over me for something that was like, what do you do? All of those things because I knew my goal, right? So with hitting Diamond, right? So ranking up is about our teams, right? It's about our teams. Black Diamond, hey Nina, is about sales. It's about sales, right? And feel free to ask me questions. Hey, Tina. Hitting Black Diamond for 2017, 2018, while I was teaching full-time, was about sales, not about buying jewelry. Buying jewelry was part of the equation, right? My inventory had to be such that I was able to sell. I was up to, while I was teaching, selling 2,000 pieces a week. I needed inventory, but because I had inventory, I had sales, okay? Write that down. You need inventory to have sales. So that whole resume thing, we're going to now sort of channel this into my thought process around inventory. And I'm going to keep it real, and I might make you uncomfortable, and I'm glad. Because if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with some of the things and some of the tips I'm about to give you, it's kind of like that caterpillar, right? Caterpillars feel a little uncomfortable in that chrysalis. You got to feel uncomfortable for a little bit before you can emerge. So if I'm telling you things that make you go, not me, I'm telling you things that work. I am the product, okay? I only did live sales, yes. I only did live sales. I didn't even carry a bling bag. I only just started carrying a bling bag about a month ago because I was telling my team to carry a bling bag, and I was like, if I'm telling them, then I need to do it too. When I bought my starter kit, I sold it out in 2 days. I had the $500 kit, 2 live shows, and my starter kit was sold out. Now, the starter kit gives us a nibble or a buffet of one of each piece, right? Why? Because that buffet is your opportunity to get to know your customers. if you had one gunmetal necklace and 5 people on your live wanted it. Now we could talk starter kit. We could talk about now, right? Best advice to grow an audience. I was not going to really touch on that, but I will at the end, okay? Grow audience. I'll give a little nibble of that on the end. Starter kits. Some of you still purchase now. Some of you probably do. Purchase like you are buying a starter kit over and over and over again, right? You're probably going into the back office. Today those new pieces hit. Hey, Julie. And you probably bought 1 of this, 2 of that. And I bet there are some of you that felt the need to buy 1 or 2 of every single thing that was there. I bet, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, but you won't grow like that. So how do we grow an audience? I'm about to give you some nibbles, okay? I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of like how to grow Facebook. I'm going to tell you how to grow your customer base, Donna. So it's a little bit of a meshing of some ideas, okay? Now, your starter kit, or if you are that person that's still purchasing like it's a starter kit, you will never grow your customers. Here's why. You need, the only way you're going to have it, the only way you're going to sell it is if you have it. The only way you're going to sell it is if you have it. Now, I want you to write this quote down because I have been known to say this all over the place, right? Don't think about the sales you've gotten. Don't think about the sales you got. Think about the sales you missed. Don't think about the sales you got. Think about the sales you missed. That changes your mindset, okay? I'll say it again. Write it down. Don't think about the sales you got. Yay! Think about the sales you missed. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay? If you're still buying like you're buying a starter kit, then you are missing out on sales. Here's why. If I had 1 pair of these in my live today, right? If I had 1 pair of these, let's say I had 5. Let's get crazy. If I had 5 of these and I sold out of all 5, I'd be like, yes, look at me. I sold out of all 5. But what I missed is maybe 15 other people that wanted these. Think about it for a second. Okay? If I sold 5, that's great. But if 15 other people wanted that, Donna, here's the answer to your question. How do you grow your viewers? You grow your inventory, okay? I'm not telling you buy a whole bunch of stuff, stockpile it, and use it as the boxes as furniture. I'm not telling you that. You need to strategically look at what you're doing during your lives. If I show a pair of earrings like this and I could have sold 20, but I've only had 5, I better grab my notebook, write down this piece and how many sales I missed because I didn't have enough. Okay? Because then when it comes time to order again and I see an earring that has a funky vibe, maybe something gold, maybe my customers are digging the black, I need to be putting pieces together about my customers so that I know where I need to put more money, right? Okay? So after my quote, I'm not even sure, Miriam, what I said. Okay? So it's not about the sales you got. Yes, that's great. Be proud of yourself. Be happy. But growth will only happen if you have enough of these babies to go around. I went live this afternoon. Afternoon shows, I do them occasionally. Do you know I sold 99 pairs of these in my live today? 99 pairs. Why? Because my customers know that I've got enough of the good stuff. If you are only carrying 2 or 3 of these and 15 people wanted them, guess what they're going to do? They're coming to me. They're going to come to me or someone that has more. So you see what I'm saying? So Donna asked, how do you grow your viewers? You need to grow your inventory or your viewers will go somewhere else. Let's keep it real. Okay? Let's keep it real. So Donna, when you showed these, right, I guarantee that you had more people that wanted those than just 6. And if not, then that means you didn't take the time to pair these up with a simple gold choker and a cute ring that's gold and show how to wear it together. Does that make sense? Because that's our job too, is to be teaching how to wear our jewelry. All right. So don't just think about those sales that you got. Think about what you missed. You should have a notebook next to you and you should be writing that stuff down. So then you stop shopping the new releases like you're at like the buffet, right? At the Golden Corral. You're not at the Golden Corral when you're shopping. You need to be strategically grabbing pieces. If white sandstone is something that your customers cannot get enough of, right? They can't get enough of it. Every time you show a white sandstone piece, they're flying out the door and you wish you had more, then you better buy more. Then when white sandstone comes out, you need to be thinking strategically about the numbers. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, let me give you a little tidbit on how to do that. So, do you need to be haphazardly going in? Okay, teach how to wear the jewelry. Absolutely. If you've never watched my live, you need to. Okay, my lives are different than what you may. I don't use pegboards. My stuff is in baggies. Right here is a set. This is a necklace, another pink necklace. This is earrings that match. This is a bracelet that matches, all in pink pearls. I'm going to show this as a lot. And people are going to buy it like crazy because I showed them how to put it together. Stop selling individual pieces. Okay? Stop selling individual pieces. Now, this is how you do this. If this is a hot item and you've purchased 5 of them, but you could have sold 15, then your next order needs to be at least 10. You watch me live. All right, Julie. My whole thought process on lives is very maybe atypical. I have a whole different way that I do things. Enjoy. Oh, thanks, Julie. You're sweet. You're sweet, sweet, sweet. But what I also did with these is I do rounds. So the first time I go through, this is just a side note, and you could watch this. It's better if you watch it. The first time through, everybody that's on my show can grab 1 pair. Here's the number. It's 87. If you comment 87, you're getting 1, right? If I have enough, because I know how many I have, then I'll do a second round where people can buy a second pair. What people love about that is that they all have the opportunity to get the pieces that they want, right? You need to watch it. It makes more sense. Last night I sold 200 pairs of the Life of the Party cheetah earrings in that same way. 200 pairs. Last night in my live, I was live for 6 hours last night and sold 900 pieces. Why? Because I have the inventory to do it. I also promote myself before the show to tell people that I have the new hot piece, and last night everything that I used for my promotions was a cheetah background. They knew what to expect. They knew what to expect. Okay? So I want you to start thinking differently. Stop shopping the back office like it's a buffet. Start buying pieces based on the sales that you missed. What did I miss? What should I have picked up more of, right? I also want you to start thinking about sets. If you have those brass earrings, you all have them, I have them, you know, brass, whatever it might be, a copper earring, a purple earring, that you can't sell, then you need to be strategically shopping the back office to put together sets. Sets. Old pieces with new pieces. Make a set and people are going to grab them. That's how you grow your audience. You keep it interesting. You keep people on their toes, okay? Now, when I first started, I sunk every penny back into my inventory, okay? Into my back office. I have never, okay, hear me, grab a notebook, listen up. I have never bought inventory from another consultant to sell in my lives. I have only ever purchased 2 things from another consultant. Prior to being a consultant, I was a customer with my sponsor. Since being a consultant, I bought a necklace from one of my friends that was a heart, because I love heart things because I had open heart surgery. I had never seen it before and I needed it in my life. And I bought a pair of earrings for my sister because it went with a shirt and I had never seen them. They were for me. I have never purchased from another consultant for the sake of selling. Have I traded with people? Oh, thanks, Janice. Have I traded with people? Yes. Yes. Because the person that I traded with was on my team. So their OV already helped me, right? Because when my team buys, it helps them and it helps me, okay? I have traded. Oh, you got the mermaids? Oh, I didn't get the mermaids. Or I had somebody recently say, I have 30 mermaid bracelets. I can't sell them. And I said, oh my gosh, well, what can you sell? Trade. I can sell mermaids like this, right? Traded, because now there's no money lost. A little nibble of shipping, but I think I'll live, okay? So, but I'm trading with my team because they have already purchased the pieces from their back office. So that's already helped me. Trading them with more desirable pieces for them will help their sales. Does that make sense? Put on your business mindset hat, okay? I would not be buying from any other consultant at all, whether they're from my team or not. And somebody said to me recently, oh my gosh, you seem to get all the good stuff. I said, no, I don't. I've missed out on about 4 or 5 of the mermaid bracelets, right? You didn't know that was allowed? Trading? I don't know. I think it is. The only thing you're not allowed to do is sell for less. You can't sell for anything less than $5. Right? That's the rule. So I can't have one of my consultants buy those pieces from me. That's a no-no. So I can't say, oh, hey, Jen, you need these pieces. I'll sell them to you. Here, just give me the $2.75 that I paid, right? Right? You can't do that. But trading, you're just trading merchandise. You're not changing the value of the product. I do not buy from my team. I do not buy. I am not supporting my team when I'm buying from them. I'm not. Because I would be taking that sale from a potential customer. If I start buying from Courtney, who's on my team, and her customer can't get the piece because I've purchased it, I'm not supporting Courtney. I'm not. I'm not allowing Courtney to grow. This is a different mindset. I told you, I'm going to rattle you a little bit. Okay? I'm going to shake you up a little bit. Because we think we're doing good. We think we're doing good. We're supporting. But we're taking that piece from a potential, it may be a customer she doesn't even know she needs yet. Right? Sally might be watching her show and isn't going to buy for another 3 weeks. And she wanted that pair of earrings and you bought them as the sponsor, as the other consultant. And now she can't sell it to Sally. I don't see any, I mean, you can have your own opinion on that. You could be like, okay, all right, Heidi. But here's the thing. You have to have a business mindset. And I'm not talking to you as somebody that hasn't been successful. You want to know how many pieces I sold last week? 3,100 pieces of jewelry last week. Last night, 900. And I'm throwing those numbers at you because I have a business mindset, okay? I did not purchase from my team. I tell my team, why are you purchasing from me? What are you doing? I can't tell you how to spend your money. I can't judge you for doing whatever it is you're doing. There are people that believe like, oh, if I don't have the life of the party cheetah earrings, I need them because I'll get more customers. Does that make sense? I don't believe in that. I believe that it's your job to take the pieces that you do have and show your customers how to enjoy them. Make sense? A little bit different thinking. So I probably rocked your world. You are not supporting your team when you're buying their pieces because you're taking it away from potential customers. Think about it like that. Okay? Just think about it for a minute. Okay? Let it sort of process in there. I sunk every penny back into inventory when I first started. Every cent. But here was the advantage that I had. I was teaching full-time, right? So my full-time paycheck paid my bills here in New York City, my crazy expensive rent and everything else that goes along with it. So my paparazzi money was about building a business, okay? You're ordering like a buffet? So here's my other thing, and Daisy, I'm gonna piggyback on this thought process as well. Here you go, okay? Because I hear people saying, I buy it for myself personally. I've done it twice, right? So to say that I haven't would be hypocritical. Here's my thing. I sold out of these. I'm going to a jazz club tonight. My husband's playing downtown in Times Square tonight. I will not wear these. Why? Because I guarantee I'm going to post a picture of myself tonight. Whatever I'm wearing, I better have enough to sell, right? So whatever I put in my ears tonight or around my neck tonight, I need to have the business mindset that I am a walking advertisement for Gotham City Bling. Does that make sense to you? So when you are putting pieces on, think about the fact that if you are putting pieces on that you can't sell because you don't have any more, and you post a picture on Facebook, you have just cut off growth. You've cut off growth. I'm going to wear, maybe I'll wear the Heidi tonight. I don't know what I'll wear. But as soon as I post the picture, I can guarantee that I'm going to get a bunch of private messages from people who want whatever I'm wearing. Be a product of the product. If you're spending money on a bunch of pieces for your personal collection, you're not able to wear them. Okay? Strategic. There you go. You can't wear that and tell your customers, if you want these earrings, let me know. You can't do that if you don't have it. Does this make sense? I'm trying to take you away from being the jewelry girl to the CEO of a business, right? The CEO of Nike is not going to walk around in a pair of sneakers that he or she, I don't know who the CEO of Nike is, just giving you an example, that he or she cannot sell when walking down the street, right? Okay? That's not going to happen. So again, I'm going to rattle you. I want you to think. You're a walking model of what you can sell. I can't wear these tonight. I'm out of them. Okay? As a matter of fact, I normally would take them out in my show because people come on and they want them, right? I'm still only to buy 2 pieces, so I wouldn't be putting any on because I don't have any to sell. But that's where, Miriam, that you need to be buying more of things. And let me back up. So we're talking about this idea of shopping like it's a buffet, right? I want a little of this, a little taste of that, a little taste of it. Okay. Once you've established yourself a bit, and like I said, I was sinking all my money into my inventory when I first started. I then became more strategic about my purchasing, right? I then became, hi Shadow. I then became more strategic. What I started doing eventually is I would look at the pieces and I would say, okay, if I can't justify buying 5 or more of this piece, then I'm not buying it. And 5 or more at that time meant that it would sell pretty fast, right? Okay. Eventually that number changed and I would look at the pieces and say, oh, do you think if I can't justify buying 10 or more of it, then I don't buy it. You need a goal. You need an ordering goal. So you're ordering as a CEO and you're not ordering emotionally. Okay. So then that number has changed. Now I look at things and I say, if I can't buy at least 20, I don't buy it. Now, there are pieces that I go in and buy 10 of them. That's my minimum. I don't buy anything less than 10. A few pieces I may buy 10 of. Today there were some because I know that if I had 10 of them, I could match them up with something else in my inventory and make a killer set. Does that make sense? Give me hearts if that makes sense. So I'm buying through that lens of making sets, okay? There are times where I will go in and I'm buying 100 of a pair of earrings because I know that they're going to sell. They're going to be hot, right? There were probably 8 things that I bought today in the new releases, maybe 8. There are some days where I buy 3 things, 100 of this, 50 of that, and 50 of something else, right? I'm just throwing out those numbers hypothetically. It's thinking differently. Those pieces that you're buying less of should be because you are going to make sets, okay? Now, do I sink everything back into inventory now? No, that would be a lot of jewelry. My PV is very high for this year. I have a goal to hit before convention in my own mind. But again, I'm selling, you know, between yesterday and today, I probably sold 1,200 pieces since yesterday. Okay. So, you know, things are different now as far as how I sell. So let me give you a little equation. You want to write this down. So let's say hypothetically, think about what you sold last week. How many pieces did you sell last week? Think about it. And if you don't know the answer to that, that's a problem. Okay. If you don't know how many you sold last week, that's an issue. That's something you need to start keeping track of. You need to start writing it down. Here's why. Once you, again, I was sinking every cent back into inventory when I first started. Now, hi honey. No, I'm good. Thank you. If you sold 200 pieces last week, okay, 200 pieces last week, then this week you're replacing the 200. Here's how you could do it. You take that 200, you divide it by 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have 5 days of new releases. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? 200 pieces, 40, 40, 40, 40, and 40. Okay? That's perfect because that actually gives you your free shipping and your 4 hostess rewards. Okay? 40, 40, 40, 40, and 40 is going to give you 200, right? If I sell 100 pieces last week, 20, 20, 20, 20, and 20. Personally, I would never do 20 because I'm not getting free shipping. But my point is that I would probably maybe shop 3 different days and do 40, 40, and then maybe have to eat a little bit of, you know, my profit. So you're going to think about whatever you sold. So for me, okay, this is a crazy number. Last week, I sold over 3,000 pieces. That would be 600, 600, 600. I'm not buying 600 pieces. I don't need to replace everything I've sold. I don't need to do that anymore. But it's a way to push you to think differently. Okay? If you're saying, I just don't have enough money to do that. I don't have enough money to do that. Then you're not going live enough. You're not selling enough jewelry, and that's on you. I tell my team it's a circle. You go live, you sell pieces, you make money, you buy more inventory. You buy more inventory, you go live. Live more often. Live more often. Right? It's a cycle. Donna asks, how do you grow your audience? It's by being live as often as you possibly can and having enough pieces to go around and keep it very interesting. So you would never wear any vintage pieces you purchased while you were a customer, not a consultant. No. Then it's a waste of a purchase to begin with, which is what initially attracted me to Paparazzi. You want to wear them, but don't post pictures of yourself. I'm not telling you not to wear paparazzi. That's a silly, that's like kind of a, that's a summary that is like there's a little bit of a disconnect there. And what I was saying was I wouldn't wear anything and take a picture. I wouldn't wear things that I couldn't sell. That's my mindset because that's how I operate, Daisy. My mindset is very CEO oriented. Okay. If I want to wear that vintage piece that I bought a million moons ago and I want to wear it around the city, I can't. I am at the point in my business where I can't go posting a picture of myself because everyone will want it. Everyone will want it. If I'm going to wear it, you know, up to the spa to get my nails done, that's a different situation. My point was that if you want to sell it, then you have to wear what you have available. That was my point. So I think there was a little bit of a disconnect in what I said there. Yeah, I mean, if you want to sell the pieces, then you wear what you have. If you don't care, if you're going to wear a pair of older earrings that you had, right? You're going to wear a pair of older earrings. You need to be okay with people saying to you, hey, Daisy, I love those earrings. Can I have a pair? You need to be okay with saying, no, I don't have any more. Does that make sense? If you're okay, I'm not okay with that because that's how I'm going to grow my customers. When you're a consultant, you want to wear something you have. This is a way of marketing your inventory. Yes, agreed. If you're okay with saying, no, I don't have any more, then that's up to you. I'm not okay with that. Okay, I'm not okay with that. So I want you to be thinking about your inventory, the decisions and how they're going to impact you as a business owner, as a CEO of your company, right? This idea of buying from other consultants, wearing the products. Think about what those things are doing long term for you. And you know, this thing about supporting our team by buying it. How are you can support your team in a bunch of other ways, not buying the jewelry. Teach your team how to be strategically purchasing. Teach your team how to get those new customers so that they can sell those pieces so you don't have to buy them. Okay? You don't have to buy them. Questions. And Dee Dee, if there's anything I didn't touch on, like I told you, I come at it like crazy. And, you know, it's also being really smart about how you're buying. Like I have now, I am not in debt with Paparazzi. Like I said, I was sinking all my money in, but I had a full-time job. So, you know, you also don't want to put yourself in debt with credit cards either. Speak to working full-time and balancing your paparazzi business. I'm in corporate, pulling major corporate hours. Leslie, I was a teacher pulling crazy teaching hours. Bringing papers home to grade, you know, doing report card, parent conferences. And I was that teacher that went above and beyond. So I was, you know, not running out of school. I look at it this way, a full-time job in your business. Okay. You have to decide what you want. And I know that maybe sounds like a sort of a simple answer, but to buy from others. Yeah. And I have consultants that buy from me all the time. Listen, I don't judge. You want to spend your money buying from me? That's fine. But when my team does it, we talk about it. You have to decide if you are working full-time, what you want. What are your goals, right? My goal was to retire. That's a huge goal. I was going to do everything I possibly could to make that happen. And here's how we did it. We were live, like I said, twice a week, 3 to 4 hours. I would come home from work, I would grab a shower, put on cozy clothes, and certain nights of the week were invoicing nights. Now, I'm very, very blessed and lucky. My husband's on point and he helps me constantly. He plays trumpet in the city and his schedule's kind of all over the place, but, you know, we've taken this business on together. But the balancing has to be based on your goals. I feel like it's this. If you want to throw a little extra money in your pocket, then you're not going to have as many sleepless nights as somebody that says, you know what, by convention, I want to be life of the party platinum, right? It's going to feel different. You need to decide what are your goals and then decide how much you're willing to put into it. That's the balance, right? That's the balance, is your decision on what your end is, short-term and long-term. I'm going to give you an example. My sister, Hillary Diaz Cruz, if you don't know her. Hillary joined, you know, moments after me, a few weeks after me. I'm her sponsor. Hillary joined August, and until May of the next year, hit Life of the Party Silver. Okay, so August, September, October, November, December, January, February, May, 10 months, right? Silver. June, I decided to go for Elite, and June, she called me and said, listen, I just hit Silver. I can't go to convention as Silver. See, I'm a big advocate of this. If you're pushing for Life of the Party, you should be pushing for at least Gold. Bronze is great. Silver's great. Gold is where it's at because you start getting double hostess rewards. That's a game changer. It changes your business. That and hostesses. And before we get into hostesses, go watch my YouTube channel. I have a thorough, long training on hostesses. So Hillary decided at the beginning of June that she was going to go from Silver to Life of the Party Gold in 1 month because that's what she wanted at convention. And she did it. Did she cry? Yes. Did she give up time with her kids? Yes. She has 4 of them. And at the time they were under the age of 12. Does she work full time? Yes. But was she going to be satisfied with going to convention as Silver? No way. Once she set her mind to it, that was it. That was it. There was no stopping her. There was no turning back. So that idea of balancing is all about, what do you want? What are your goals? Your goals have to be in the forefront of your mind, and that's what leads your path and your decisions. What would say how much should you order when you start to order when you were first starting? What if you are going live and nobody comes to your live and buys anything, especially since you first started doing paparazzi? So Nancy, maybe you just popped in. I already talked about like how to order initially. My thing on if nobody's coming on your lives and you're not going live enough. You're not going live enough and you're not going live long enough. Here's why. You need to go live long enough so that you can deal with the ebbs and the flows of people coming in. Mom's going to come in and watch you for a little bit, maybe while she's cleaning up the dishes, right? She's going to leave your live for a little bit because she's going to go put little Johnny in the tub and Johnny's got to get to bed, right? Maybe she has to read Johnny a bedtime story. She's not with you then. She's not with you then. She's with Johnny. You need to be live long enough that when she leaves Johnny in his bed tucked in and ready for the night, that she's going to come back to you. So if you're not getting enough viewers, it means that you're not live enough, okay? Not live enough. There you go. The more you're on. Yep. Okay. So you already answered that for me. The other part is, maybe you don't know this, but if you, when you see that number up there, it says 28. I guarantee there's at least 50 of you here. Here's why. You can just go to the page and click the volume, and you don't need to actually click into the video. If you don't click into the actual video, the number's not going to register up there. So last night I had almost 150 viewers. I guarantee there were more than 200 people there. There had to be. Okay, so don't focus on that number. Focus on being entertaining, interactive, fun, fair. Daisy, listen, I am not somebody that feels that new releases are going to make or break your business. New releases are not going to make or break your business. Again, I did not get the turquoise necklace today. I've missed out the earrings, the fringe. It doesn't make or break your business. So people use that as an excuse. Okay, I can't build my business because I can't get the new releases. There's tons of stuff in that back office that if I went in there, I could rattle off at least 20 to 25 things that I would grab in a second. So the way to resolve that is to teach people how to make sets, how to use the back office to create sets, right? Think of Fashion Fix. Okay, people come up with these reasons and these excuses as to why they're not successful. I can't get the new releases, okay? So shop differently, right? Shop differently. Make those sets. Look at what you have. Think of it. And some of those new pieces, your customers don't want them anyway. As I said earlier, I had a gal that could not sell a mermaid bracelet to save her life. My sister, as successful as she is, she cannot sell acrylic. She can't. We all think it's hot. We all think it's hot, right? Because we're consultants and we know what we think is the hot stuff. She can't sell it. So she's shopping the back office, finding the pieces that you all skipped out on. Different way of thinking. And she's selling them like crazy because she's making sets. Yep, the new releases do not make or break your business. Even Trent Kirby had said that in a video that I saw yesterday. Sorry, this is important. I don't normally do that. My apologies. So those new releases do not make or break your business. This is all a mindset. It's what do you want? What's important to you, right? Oh my gosh, well thank you, Alexis. I keep it very real, and what I say is when you just got on the waiting list for Fashion Fix. Awesome, game changer. You should all be getting Fashion Fix. I keep things very real, and I come to you and I remind you repeatedly that the things that I'm saying to you, they work because of the accomplishment. I mean, I've accomplished things people dream of, right? Because of and I'm telling you the things that I do and the beliefs that I have, and clearly they work. They work. What is the whole back office thing about? I sent it, but how can I use it for the better? I sent it. What is this whole? Is it Koresha? Honey, that's where you buy your merchandise. I'm not sure what you mean. The back office, your back office is where all of your reports are. It's where you buy new product. Nina, I love your vibe, girl. I go crazy for the earrings and my people don't care for them. So I buy the stuff most people don't care and my requests are all over it. It's what they want. And Jessica, that's so true. And that's what I was saying. You want to make sure, don't think about the sales you got, think about the sales you missed. Writing things down and keeping track of what's popular with your customers. Great. I could not sell a wooden piece a year ago to save my life. Now, I have a box of wooden stuff over here that I show every live and I can't keep it in stock because my customer base has grown. So now I can introduce things to them that a year ago I could not have, right? And do I wear the wooden pieces? No, they're not my jam. But my customers love them. So I buy them because my customers love them. Going live a lot helps. Would you suggest finding new friends on Facebook? No. Here's why. I am a firm believer, firm believer, and you can write this down and you can disagree with me. Consultants should not be sending friend requests. Consultants should not be sending friend requests. If you have someone that you meet up with, have them friend request you. Here's why. This is my thought process. Okay, you could disagree with me all you want. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's not going to change how I feel. Especially somebody like me. I'm in the spotlight. People generally know who I am. I'm selling a lot. If I start sending friend requests, what will it look like? If I start friend requesting, let's say Dee Dee and I have a friend somebody pops up in those, people you may know or whatever, and I start sending friend requests, and 3 of them, now that Dee Dee and I are Facebook friends, right? We're Facebook friends. 3 of them might have popped up because they're friends with Dee Dee and they like jewelry. If I send friend requests, they could be Dee Dee's what? Customers, right? They could be Dee Dee's customers. So I have not sent a friend request, I think, to anyone except like another consultant or like Dee Dee or someone on my team in well over a year. Because it could be seen as you are poaching customers. It could be harmless. It could be like, oh, hey, this girl looks like she's from my hometown, okay? People need to come to you. You could very easily say, listen, I'm on Facebook, Jenny. Find me on Facebook. Here, Heidi Bound. Let that person come to you. I feel like consultants, once we start sending a ton of friend requests or even 1 or 2, I've had situations that I've had to get in the middle and sort of calm them down where, a consultant would very innocently send a friend request out. And it turned out that the person was in common because it was somebody else's best customer. That looks bad. Or maybe somebody popped, like if I pop onto Dee Dee's live, right? And her customers start to show up, right? As saying, people you may know. And if I start hitting them up, it may be because we were on Dee Dee's live together. Does that make sense? Yeah, don't do it because it's a way to get a really bad rap for yourself. What do you think about playing games to try to keep people engaged? I'm not a fan. See, I come at things very differently. I used to do like little giveaways when I was trying to build things up. I believe more, Leslie, in hostesses than I do in games. Hostesses, and again, go to YouTube, search Heidi Bound. There's a full, long, extensive training that I've done on hostesses, so I'm not going to get into it here. I would rather see you put your time and energy into getting good hostesses, training them, coaching them, and pampering them, than playing games. Games take up time where you should be showing jewelry. Are they engaging? Sure. But there are ways to be engaging that are super fast. I've never done games on, I don't think I've ever done a game. I may have done some trivia questions at one point in one show, just to get engagement up and get people talking, but I've never, we've done like if I sell 10 items, I'll pick a random comment and they get a wheel spin, or after I sell 10 items, I'll pick, a random comment of anybody that anybody there. And I would, you know, pick just some random person and let them pick a piece of jewelry. If people love it, then I am going live for 4 hours to sell jewelry. Okay, let that sink in a second. I'm going live for 4 hours to show and sell as much jewelry as possible. If I'm taking time playing games, you should keep track of how long are you playing the game versus how long are you showing the jewelry. Okay, it's just my own thought process on that. And again, you can agree, disagree. That's up to you. Maybe it's, you know, a part of your shtick and people love it. I no longer do one and dones, Donna, because I used to do one and done shows, but I don't do them now because it goes back to what you asked. If you don't have enough for everybody, are you going to grow your audience? No. Now, what you could do, Donna, is you can mix things in, right? So during my show last night, there would I keep a basket over here, and in the basket there might be one of this or 3 of that, and I might be like between, you know, I show a bunch of my pieces where I have 20 of it or 15 of it, and then I might be like, all right, girls, I've got only 1 left of this. Who wants my last one? First person to comment 285, it's yours. Boom. And sticker goes on, it goes in the bin, and it's over. But one and done shows, I want to be able to get as much jewelry shown to make as much money as possible. But did I do them a year ago? You bet. What you could do is do them as pop-up shows. Do like 10 to 12 pieces, call it a buffet, right? Go on for about 15 minutes, show your 10 to 15 one and dones and move on, right? So get people stoked, but then move on to a show where you're showing more pieces. So Dee Dee, if there's anything else, let me know. And I know I've probably rattled a few people, but again, keeping it real, making you think differently, thinking like a CEO, thinking like a businessman or woman, thinking differently, right? What are your goals and how will you get there? What are your goals and how will you get there? I don't sugarcoat anything with my own team. If they want to achieve a goal, we look at things strategically, right? Thanks for the rattle. Okay, good. Keep rattling. If I was coming to you without being successful, then you could say, girl, I don't know what she's talking about. But I'm coming to you, rattling you with the resume. Do I do a recap? I do not. The reason I don't, Tina, is that I don't keep numbers with anything. You got to watch my live. Even if you watch like a half an hour of the one from last night, I don't keep numbers with anything. I grab pieces. You know, I have things next to me. So I might grab this one. It has a number, and I tell my customers I don't go back. So if you want something, you need to grab it. That's how I'm keeping over 100. Last night it was almost 150 viewers, because they know they need to buy it in the moment. Did I used to do recaps? Yes. Do I keep track of inventory? No. No, I don't do vendor shows. I only do lives. Okay. So if you want to see how I do things, it's very, very different. And I tell my customers, if you want it, you need to buy it in the moment. Don't ask me to go back. I don't have time to go back. And usually I show something and it sells out, right? So, and if it doesn't, I toss it over here onto the floor. It's for another day. Everything's in baggies. It's strategically organized around my room. But I don't do a recap because I don't go back. Oh, thanks, Daisy. Yeah, 2 years ago, Daisy, I had it on a hook. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. You know, and I did all that. But what happened was, in December of this year, my shows, I had 2 or 3 shows in a row where I only sold 100 pieces. That's terrifying when you are used to hundreds in a show. And I was like, 100, what is going on? So I talked with my husband for a while, and we were like, listen, the lives are too predictable. We need to switch it up. We need to do things a little bit differently. So I'm showing an insane amount of pieces in 4 hours. That's why I said, you asked me about games. I don't do them. I don't have time. I don't have time because I'm going like this with jewelry, right? So I'm going through hundreds of different things. I'm going through these sets that I put together, right? So here's a set with all kinds of different brass things that you could wear together. It might be 3 rings, 2 bangles, 1 necklace, 3 pairs of earrings, new, old, all brass that I styled together. And I'm going to show you that lot all at one time, right? Everything's going to get a number. People are like, bam, 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 and they're grabbing it. And then it goes off to the side if it doesn't sell out. I don't have time to go back because I'm showing something else. It's fast-paced. It's energetic, right? You cannot stay stagnant. We're living in a society where people are on their phones all the time. People are it's action-packed. It's quick. Like it or not. I mean, when I was a teacher, people were like, I can't believe kids are always on these phones. I said, listen, you either adjust, embrace it, figure out how to make these things work for you, or you try to fight it, but you're not going to win when you try to fight the fact that people are on their screens all the time. So how can your live live up to that sort of fast-paced situation, right? Keeping it different. People want fresh. People want innovative. You have to be that on camera. You have to be that. But you also have enough inventory to sell it. Everything in your bags are the same. Sets too. No. Nope. Not. So everything in my room is organized. I have IKEA bins all over. And like right next to me, you can't see it, but are IKEA bins, and my necklaces are in there by color, right? Across the room, there are bins, and my earrings are in there by color. Okay. And so what I do is before a show, I go through and I make sets. No, I do numbers. I just don't keep the numbers with the pieces. Once the piece is done, the number goes on a pile. I don't keep numbers with the pieces. And a lot of these questions, if you would go watch me, Gotham City Bling by Heidi, that's my business page. You are more than welcome to go watch through the lens of learning to see how I do it. I just don't, I show the piece, right? So if this bracelet was number 432, I show it. People comment on 432, and then whatever doesn't sell, it goes off to the side and the number goes on a pile. So I use numbers. They're random, they're out of order, it's spontaneous, people don't know what to expect. Keeps people on their toes. I've been taken to the shower, the bathroom, the grocery store, the kids pick up from school, because people don't want to miss a piece because it's not predictable. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? It's not predictable. So in those bags, those sets are always evolving. So Donna, like these are just here because I didn't get to show them last night. Okay, so these will be here for my show Friday night. I have a box next to me right now that's packed with wooden pieces. Multiple sets at once. No, I don't do multiple sets at once. I do multiple pieces in a set at once, but not multiple sets. Okay, so like here's a set. And in this bag, there are brass earrings, brass bracelet, a brass ring, right? So you can see where I'm going with this. There's another brass ring. This is one from the, like a vintage ring. So I will show each of these, right? You write down the numbers and names of customers. I don't use customer bins. I use sheets of stickers, Donna. Sheets of 50 stickers like this. And I am quickly writing down people's names. I take it off, I put it on the jewelry. It all goes into one bin and my husband sorts it. That's why I don't do games. I am a firm believer in when I have 4 hours, I need to move as fast as I can to show you as much jewelry as I possibly can. Isn't that what you're trying to do? Aren't you trying to sell jewelry? Right? So I am writing those stickers, I'm sticking it on the jewelry, and it goes in there. Now today I sold 99 pairs of these, okay? We had 99 pairs. I'm not sure with the other 100, I don't know what happened. But so I have 2 sets of those stickers, and I'm just writing the names down on the 2 sheets of stickers, 50 and then, 49. And then I didn't even take them off to put them on the pieces. On the top of it, it says black and gold earrings. So my husband will sticker them all later. You see me writing. Yeah. So no customers. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I just don't. I mean, any other questions? And here's my thing. You are more than welcome to go and watch me. Go watch, you can watch me live. I'm on again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can look at my past lives. Look at that stuff through the lens of learning. Gotham City Bling by Heidi. The way I am in trainings is how I am with my customers. I keep it real. I keep it fair. People love it. So, you are more than welcome to go look. How do you invoice? I use PayPal. Money producing activities. Natalie Hadley, if you know her, she talks about if it is not an income producing activity, is it worth your time? Okay. I use PayPal and I ship through ShipStation, which I'm not going to get into the logistics on that. You can go to YouTube and search for ShipStation and you'll see videos on it. PayPal and ShipStation once a week. I invoice on Thursdays and we package and ship out. Everything gets out by Monday. Gotham City Bling by Heidi. You can watch me live. I'm going to ask you this, and unfortunately I have to say it, but I will. You are more than welcome to follow me. Please don't send me friend requests, and please, if you come to my live, do not send friend requests to my customers. Please don't come in and say, hey, I'm a consultant. Please don't come in and say, hey, Heidi, I see you sold out of... I don't go live from my profile. No, I don't. I don't go live from my profile. I haven't done that in a couple of months. I go live from Gotham City Bling by Heidi. That's my business page. I don't do any lives from my profile. And please don't come in and say, oh, Heidi, you sold out of those earrings. I have some, okay? Like, please be cognizant of the fact that the customers that I've built up have taken a lot of time. I use only one way of paying. I think, again, I don't want to be juggling a bunch of different ways to pay, and all of my customers have adjusted just fine to PayPal. And if they don't have PayPal, then they could use a credit card or a debit card on PayPal as a guest. I can't be juggling a bunch of stuff. I'm very streamlined. Very, very streamlined. Lucy, you must have just popped on. I've talked about that actually quite a bit. So I'm going to ask you, Lucy, to go back and watch the replay. I talked about how to build viewers and customers. So Dee Dee, anything else? Let me know. Rattled it, shook it up, made you think. Hopefully I made you think. Okay, and Dee Dee, if there's nothing else, then I am going to say thank you. It's my pleasure. Think about, walk away from this, process through it, look at your notes, and think about what are 2 or 3 things that I talked about that you could do to change and grow. This is about growth. How can you grow your business? Think about that, okay? My pleasure. Dee Dee, if there's anything else, sweetheart, let me know. If not, I'll see you on Monday. Right? My pleasure. See you in Palm Springs. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks for the opportunity to be here. New ways of thinking and growing. I love that. Made you think about a lot. Good. That's the goal. That's the goal. Okay? I'm glad. All right. Love to you. Love to your team. Love to you, Dee Dee. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.